stargazers, astral voyagers, and mavens of the Milky Way. I'm Chutney Whye, and this is I Love a Hoarder, your backstage pass to my life with Ding Ding, my Hong Kong hoarding honey of 23 years. Last week, the phone rang at 2:14 a.m. Now, when the phone rings at 2:14 a.m., it means one of three things: a crisis, a vintage ventriloquist dummy is up for grabs, or someone's vanished under an avalanche of Amazon boxes. You see, I perform acupuncture for stressed-out people, but I also help with de-hoarding their horrific homes. This time, it was Nettie. Her voice was part whisper, part panic, like she was calling from inside a storage unit filled with secrets. She said her house was in crisis. Her husband, Wilfred, an astronomer, had turned half their home into a launchpad for junk. Her words, "I sleep next to a pile of telescopes and expired batteries. I can't find my cat. I think he's living in the printer." Naturally, I said yes. But what I didn't expect was that Ding Ding, my partner of 20 years, an undeniable hoarder, insisted on coming along. She said she was just there for the ride. I just smiled and told her to grab her pom-pom hat. So there we were, Ding Ding and I, winding up the hill from Studio City to Pasadena, chasing starlight and anxiety. The address was a modest-looking house perched precariously on a hill, its windows glowing in the dark. We enter through a patio deck that hangs out over sweetly fragrant tree branches, bursting with apricots. Ding Ding stops to inhale the intoxicating scent. I ring a bell by a sliding glass door. Out steps Wilfred, not your average astronomer. Warm smile, late 40s, the kind of guy who seems like he'd just as soon quote Carl Sagan as offer you a cup of chamomile. "Hello," he says. "Nettie will be here in just a moment. Isn't that a wonderful scent? Would you care to look at the stars?" Wilfred leads us to one corner of the deck, and there it is, the telescope, oversized, gleaming white and poised on a wooden platform. Our host gestures at the night sky, glittering with stars, spilling over like cosmic confetti. "Go ahead," he says. "Step up and take a look." I peer through it, and then Ding Ding takes a turn, waggling her pom-pom in delight. "Whoa, Chutney! It's like a giant cosmic milkshake with sprinkles of stardust." Wilfred beams and launches into a rapturous ode to the Milky Way, talking about the swirling arms of our galaxy, the ancient light that's traveled millions of years just to wink at us tonight. He talks about our planet whirling through space, without wings, without wheels. He speaks of infinity and wonder like he's reciting poetry. And for a moment, I forgot we're here because his hoarding is driving his wife bonkers. She had told me he was highly pessimistic, always focusing on impending doom, always planning for the worst. A real classic hoarder's psychological profile. But Wilfred didn't fit in the profile at all. The only thing he seemed to be hoarding was happiness. Is that a thing? Then, like a plot twist written by the cosmos itself, the patio doors slide open. A second man steps out, lean, white-haired, eyes sharp enough to slice through the night, and that's when I realize there are two Wilfreds, a father and a son. This one gives my hand a firm shake. "How do you do?" he says. "I'm Wilfred Sr." "Oh," I say, "there's two of you. Then it was your wife that called me." "Why, yes, she did," he says. "She said you're going to help her organize the closet, I believe." "Oh, is that what she told you?" Yes. I'm here to organize her closet." "Ugh," he says, "those apricot trees, so cloying. Have you looked through the telescope?" I nod. "Horrifying, isn't it?" And that's when things took a turn into the apocalypse. Wilfred Sr. steps up to the telescope, and his voice drops low, like the end of the world is nigh, and he's got a front row seat. "Listen, kid," he says, "that tiny point of light? It could well be a meteorite. Any one of those points of light could be headed our way. The meteorites are coming. Inevitable. One slam and the skies catch fire, oceans boil, and every living thing screams." Ding Ding perks up and says, "Oh, I know the movie you're talking about, and there's an elevator scene where the speaker plays the girl from Ipanema while the whole world is on fire outside." "Ding Ding," I say, "that's 3 different movies." But then I think, why bother correcting her? She's the one who always complains we're all going down in a hell basket. We're going down in a hell basket. So, sure, Ding Ding, I know that movie. Meanwhile, Wilfred Sr. is waxing catastrophic. The aftermath, chaos, famine, plagues. Okay, maybe a little dramatic, but also, wow, what a way to ruin a starry night. Then Nettie ushers us inside, to the office. She sighs and wrings her hands, and I can see it in her eyes. The hoarding has taken over. Piles of papers, scientific journals, unopened boxes of gadgets, clutter so thick it feels like walking into a black hole of just stuff. "Our bedroom's the same," she says. "It's like living in a galaxy of anxiety. I'm losing my mind." I take a slow breath, carefully step through the debris. Inside, it hits me. Wilfred Jr. is the dreamer, the poet of the stars. And Wilfred Sr.? He's the shadow, anxiety and fear manifesting as doom and hoarding. 2 sides of the same cosmic coin. I turn to Ding Ding, who's now poking at what looks like a 1980s-era slide rule. "Is that an alien communicator, Chutney? Or just a NASA butter knife?" Nettie grins. The room feels claustrophobic, the vastness of space replaced by the narrow confines of fear and clutter. I arranged to come the following week so we can start the decluttering process. Back on the patio, Wilfred Sr. is finishing his final cosmic warning. "Face it," he says, "we're all just dust. Stardust. Meteor shower dust. Waiting to happen." I nod, though my mind races. Sometimes, it seems to me, hoarding isn't just stuff. It's a manifestation of fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of the future. Fear of losing control over the only thing we think we can hold on to. Tchotchke. Tchotchke. And so I promised Nettie we'd start, 1 drawer at a time, 1 fear at a time. On the drive home, I catch Ding Ding's eye in the mirror, and she says softly, "Maybe the stars aren't just out in space. Maybe they're inside us too, Chutney, waiting to be seen when the clutter clears." "Why, Ding Ding," I say, "that's quite the poetic insight." She grins and loops her arm through mine. "And I like your yellow pom-pom, too. It's round and yellow like the sun. Is it new?" "Why, yes," she says. "It was on sale." "And so you bought the entire stock. How did you know that?" "Well, you know, they say the only thing to survive Armageddon will be cockroaches and Cher. But I would add Ding Ding and her hoard." "Armageddon," she says. "Oh, I know that movie. That's the one where Bruce Willis travels back in time in a hot air balloon." "Sure, Ding Ding," I say, pulling her as close as our seatbelts will allow. "And I think there was a chimpanzee, too." "Whatever you say, sweetie. It's your world. I'm just here to de-hoard it, 1 cosmic milkshake at a time." She hums. "Milkshake, Chutney." "Milkshake," I say, and make a sharp U-turn. I think the Dairy Queen might still be open. episode for today. I'm pretty sure you want me to leave you with a moral, right? All right then, let's take this for a spin. If you can see the stars but not your floor, don't worry. You're not broken. You're just human. Get help if you need it, and take it one drawer at a time. And remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next week. I'm Chutney Whye, and this is I Love a Hoarder.